Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about the upcoming banner that is Fuji Kiseki, as well as the Mejiro Ryan SSR Guts support card and the SR Mejiro Ardan, however you want to say it, wit card. So if we go ahead and take a look at Fuji Kiseki, her growth rates are going to be 20% in power and 10% in wit. She will be a turf runner and she can do the mile. However, she can also be made to run the sprint or the medium. And she is a pace chaser, but she can also be made to run the front or the late if you want to spice up your runs just a little bit. Or if this is the Oshi, the waifu, and you want to use her in other distances, other strategies, other styles, this is what she is capable of. When it comes to her unique, it's actually really strong. We'll take a look at her preconditions for her unique. It says when you're in the final leg and you're in the top 4 for CM specific, and you have somebody behind you for at least 1 second. Then once you get to the 300-meter mark, you will get 0.45 seconds of target speed for 5 seconds. So in theory, just depending on the track, by the time you hit that 300-meter mark, you should already be at your ceiling for the top speed. And then that will allow you to go a little bit quicker, and then you'll just be zooming towards the end to finish out the race. Now, one thing that is very good about this unique, or this ulti, is that this is very comparable or comparable, however you say it, to Oguri Cap's unique. The difference here, aside of it being the 300 meter and the 200 meter, the biggest difference here is that you need to be between 2nd to 5th for Oguri's unique to proc. Now, this is good for any character because by that 300-meter mark, I already want to be zooming to the front. I want to be as close to number 1 as possible. And because there is no positional condition on there, it makes it to where even if you're a front runner, you can take this unique. So imagine taking Oguri's on your front runner. That's just ridiculous. Now, if you do inherit this unique, you will be getting 0.25 target speed for 3 seconds. This is still very strong. This is still very solid. So whether she is on your pull plan for Oshi waifu, or if you're like, hey, maybe she's cooking something, maybe she could be a little good as a parent, I'll tell you this, word on the street is that people are still looping Fuji Kiseki into their lineages on the JP server. Do with that information what you will. However, just know that she is going to be strong, at least when we take a look at her unique. Going into the rest of her abilities as a character, she is going to have a debuff for that trick front. She's also going to have unyielding spirit and preferred position. Now, for her potential skills or her awakening skills, whatever we want to call them, she will have the shifting gears, which is going to be for that mile. She's also going to have big sisterly, which is going to be the upgraded version of unyielding spirit, where we will get that 0.35 target speed for 1.8 seconds. She'll have mile corners, which is always going to be great. We love the corners. And then for her level 5, she will have the race planner, which is that upgraded version of preferred position. One thing that I will say about the pace chasers is we may not have the excel, we may not have the super juicy speed, but let me tell you, we ain't ever gonna run out of gas. Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? So that is what you're gonna get with her potentials. From the event, she can get another debuff, that disorient, prepared to pass, unyielding spirit, and preferred position. Now, don't quote me on this, I could be wrong, but if memory serves, if they get it from an event, they should have the ability to get a couple hints off of this. So she would already be making her innate skills a little bit cheaper. So I like this overall. She is not personally on my pull plan, but I will definitely be using her, whether it be for a parent, grandparent, what have you, because that unique is just that solid. The other thing that I do want to make mentions of that is a little bit unfortunate is the tie, but that's neither here nor there. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Now we'll move on to the Mejiro Ryan SSR Guts card. The one thing that we already need to look at just before we even start is it's a Guts card. We not gonna be using no Guts card right now. We don't have the update, we don't got the changes. So really, what are we looking at this for? But just in case you know Mega Whale, just in case you're curious about the card, let's get a little bit into it. At base stat, we do have that 5% race bonus. However, if we juice it up, we will be getting 10%. Not too terrible, but again, we are still on a Guts card. Let's not forget that. Most free-to-play players and most light spenders will be skipping this banner, at least skipping this as their target from this banner. And then once we look at her skills, she will have that wet conditions. Again, we have other places where we can get that, and she does have unyielding for her gold skill. Now this is going to be the stronger version of unyielding. However, if unyielding procs, that means somebody's overtaking you, and that's not looking good for you, as is my brother or my sister. We can also get unyielding from other places. We got the Mambo card, that's going to be Guts. We've got the Special Week SSR if you did not re-roll your account. If you did or you started late, you could get that one in the future, but by that time we'll already have other cards. So for the quick analysis, assessment, whatever have you, I'm gonna have to say just go ahead and skip this card. Now the interesting thing is, if you told me you were gonna roll on his banner, this would be the thing that you want to go after, is that Mejiro Ardan or Ardan card right here. If you take a look at it, it's not really going to be the craziest of things. It is an SR card. Let's not get it twisted. It's not going to have the juiciest stat stick possibilities or potentials or capabilities. But the one thing that does save this card is that it has left-handed on it. And as of right now, you see what has left-handed is this Suzuka SSR Speed, the rare card, and then Suzuka from herself and from her events. So if you are looking for a different way of picking up left-handed, if you don't have these Suzuka things, this may be a relatively decent reason to go after this. Now you could always go the long route. You could say, hey, I'm gonna borrow a SSR Suzuka, I'm gonna put it as a hint on my characters, and then loop that into your lineage, so that way you can say, if I ever need left-handed, here's gonna be someone that can take it. I'll put it in as a parent or as a legacy, whatever terminology you want to use there, and then I'm gonna roll with that. That is the longer version instead of just having the card to go with, but this card should not be overlooked just because of this left hand in particular. Anything else here we can get from other places. That left hand though is that asterisk that we need to take a look at and not actually sleep on. So if there are whales that maybe go after cards, every card in the game or what have you, potentially if they throw this on there, that would be a pretty decent little card for the free-to-plays and the light spenders to borrow. But that's all I have for this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Will you be pulling for Fuji Kiseki? Will you be pulling for the Mejiro Ardan? I still don't know. Or does your pull plan say, I'm gonna be going and waiting for someone else that is in the future? Whether it be Gold City, whether it be Summer Maru, or someone else, let me know down in the comment sections below. If you do enjoy the Umamusume content, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you think the video was really good and really helpful, if you're on mobile, be sure to hit that hype button for me. Here is a massive shout out to all my current channel members. Thank y'all so much for the support. It means the world to me. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so very much for supporting me. Last but not least, while you're in the comment sections, do you think I missed something? Do you think I hit the mark or hit the nail on the head for something else as far as the analyses for this character and for these cards? Let me know so that way everybody can know if I missed something or if I did something and hit it right. Thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to share this with your friends, with your family, and with your friends' family, so that way we know what the business is when it comes to Fuji Kiseki and these upcoming SSR cards and SR cards that will be hitting global very soon. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!